good evening. Or, perhaps more appropriately, good evening to those of you who understand the profound power of a quiet mind. For the rest of you, the ones who might feel a flicker of irritation or confusion at the topic tonight, I invite you to listen closely. You might just learn something about the very engine that drives your own discontent. Tonight, we are going to explore a peculiar and frankly comical phenomenon. It's the situation where your emotional neutrality becomes a source of immense frustration for someone else. It's the paradox of being penalized for your peace. We're going to dissect what happens when you choose to turn the other cheek, not as an act of weakness, but as a strategic disengagement from a war you never signed up for. We're going to look at the people who thrive on drama, who expected a fight, a grand spectacle, a war, and instead, they got your back. They got your focus directed squarely at your own life, your own well-being, your own mission. And we're going to explore why that makes them angrier than any insult you could have ever thrown back at them. Let's begin by painting a picture of the accuser. These aren't your average people who simply disagree with you. No, these are drama-driven individuals. For them, life is not a journey of internal growth or quiet accomplishment. It is a stage, and they are the perpetual lead in a never-ending soap opera. Their emotional currency is reaction. They are fueled by the energy of conflict, the thrill of instigation, and the validation that comes from a good old-fashioned fight. Your opinion of them, your emotional state, is not a private matter. It is public domain, ripe for manipulation and consumption. Their entire operating system is built on a simple cause and effect: action, dramatic reaction. They express dislike, disapproval, or outright hostility. This is their action. The expected and desired effect is your dramatic reaction. They want the raised voice. They want the teary-eyed defense. They want the flurry of text messages, the late-night phone calls to mutual friends, the social media rants. They want you to enter their arena, to pick up the sword they've thrown at your feet, and to engage. This engagement, this fight, is the ultimate prize. It validates their power. It confirms that they matter enough to disrupt your peace. It feeds the beast of their ego. They wanted a war. They had the battle plans drawn up. They had rehearsed their lines, anticipated your counterarguments, and sharpened their verbal claws for the confrontation. They could already taste the bitter satisfaction of drawing you down into the mud with them. They were ready for a fight. They were hungry for it, but you didn't show up. You did something utterly unexpected, something their playbook has no chapter on. You turned the other cheek. Now let's be very clear about what that means in this context. This is not about being a doormat. It's not about pretending the slight didn't happen or about offering immediate, unearned friendship. Turning the other cheek, in its most powerful form, is a refusal to let someone else's negativity dictate your emotional state. It is a declaration of sovereignty. It's saying, your opinion of me is not my business, and your attempt to drag me into your chaos is a failure. When you turn the other cheek, you are not engaging in a fight. You are declining the invitation. You are leaving the ring. And for a drama-driven individual, this is the ultimate sin. It's not that you fought and lost. It's that you refused to fight at all. You have robbed them of their oxygen. You have denied them the very thing they need to survive: your reaction. And this is where the comical, almost unbelievable part begins. They are now upset because you're not upset that they don't like you. Pause and let the absurdity of that sink in. The original action was their dislike or disapproval. That was meant to be the bomb they dropped. But when it failed to detonate, when you simply swept it aside and continued on your path, the lack of explosion became the new problem. The source of their anger shifted from the content of the disagreement to the absence of the conflict itself. This is what I call fan behavior. Think about it. In fandom, the most ardent, obsessed fans are the ones who pore over every detail of their idol's life. They celebrate their wins and, disturbingly, often dissect their perceived failures. They feel a deep personal connection to someone who doesn't even know they exist. Now imagine a fan who becomes enraged because the object of their obsession isn't reacting to them. They send a nasty message expecting a breakdown, a public cry for help, or a dramatic clapback. And what do they get? Silence. Or worse, a photo of you smiling, working on your goals, enjoying a coffee, completely unbothered. Their anger intensifies. They check your profile again, Still smiling, they talk to their friends. Can you believe them? I told them exactly what I thought and living their life. Who do they think they are? They become obsessed with your lack of obsession with them. They are watching your every move, analyzing your peace, and growing more incensed by your happiness. They are acting like a fan, a deeply confused and angry fan, who can't stand that their favorite celebrity won't acknowledge the drama they're trying to create. Your life, your peace, has become their most watched show, and they hate that they can't stop watching. Why is this your crime? Because your success and your happiness are the mirrors that reflect their own internal chaos and stagnation. Your focus on yourself is a blinding light that exposes the shadows they dwell in. They wanted a fight to prove that you were just as miserable and reactive as they are. Your refusal to engage shatters that narrative. It leaves them alone with their own manufactured anger. And that is a terrifying place to be. This brings us to the core philosophy of why disengagement is not just a preference, but a necessity. Engaging in such drama is a surefire way to lower your vibration. Now, I use this term intentionally. Your vibration is the energetic frequency you emit, a composite of your thoughts, emotions, and overall state of being. When you engage in conflict, when you allow yourself to be pulled into arguments, gossip, and retaliatory, your vibration plummets. You are tuning your radio to the station of fear, anger, resentment, and low self-worth. Why would you ever choose to listen to that station? It's static, it's noise. It distorts your signal and prevents you from tuning into the frequencies of creativity, inspiration, abundance, and peace. Your mission in life, whether it's raising a family, building a business, creating art, or simply becoming the best version of yourself, requires a high, clear signal. It requires focus. Drama is the antithesis of focus. It is a distraction deliberately designed to pull you off course. Every minute you spend ruminating on someone's petty dislike, every ounce of energy you waste crafting a witty retort, is a minute and an ounce of energy stolen from your mission. Think of your focus as a laser. A laser, when concentrated, can cut through steel. But if you diffuse that light, if you scatter it in a million different directions, it becomes weak and ineffective. Drama scatters your light. It takes your powerful, focused beam and breaks it into a million useless, flickering sparks. The person who dislikes you wants to be the one to break your beam. They want the power to diffuse you. And your greatest act of power is to refuse them that privilege. So, what is the antidote? The antidote is a relentless, almost obsessive, focus on self. This isn't narc survival. It's the understanding that you are the only project you are guaranteed to have for the rest of your life. Prioritizing your own life and well-being isn't selfish, it's essential. It is the foundation upon which you can build everything else. What does this look like in practice? It means when the urge to react arises, when you feel that familiar pull toward the fight, you pause and ask yourself a simple question. Does engaging with this person serve my mission? Does it bring me closer to my goals or my peace? The answer, 99.9% of the time, will be a resounding no. Instead of picking up the phone to argue, you pick up a book to learn. Instead of typing out a scathing message, you type out your goals for the week. Instead of rehashing the conflict in your mind, you visualize your success. You turn the energy that they wanted you to spend on them, and you reinvest it in yourself. You let their anger be their problem. You let them sit in the uncomfortable silence of their own creation, marinating in the fact that they have no power over you. This is the quiet revolution. It's not loud. It doesn't make headlines. It doesn't involve dramatic showdowns or last-minute victories. It is the silent, steady, and unstoppable process of building a life so full, so rich, and so meaningful that there is simply no room for the petty squabbles of those who wish to see you fall. Your continued focus on self is the ultimate response. It's the unassailable fortress. They can throw their pebbles of dislike and disapproval at the walls, but the stones will just bounce off, harmless, as you continue to tend the garden inside. Your happiness, your progress, your unwavering peace, that is your message. It is a message far more powerful and far more infuriating to them than any words you could ever speak. So, let them be mad. Let them be confused. Let them obsess over your lack of reaction. Their anger is not your burden to carry. It is the exhaust fume of their own dysfunctional engine. Your only job is to keep driving forward, windows up, music playing, focused on the beautiful horizon that is your own life. Do not let them turn your rearview mirror into a larger window than your windshield. What's behind you, including the people trying to drag you back, is not as important as the vast open road ahead. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel, and your energy on the journey. Your mission is waiting. Your peace is precious. Your focus is your superpower. Guard it with your life. Thank you.